Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are well. In this class, we'll discuss some limitations of OLS method. So let's begin. OLS method always consider linear relationship between variables. But this relationship may be linear or nonlinear. It may provide bias estimates when relationship between dependent and independent variables is non-linear. Second limitations of OLS method is multicollinearity problems. Multicollinearity means that independent variables are highly correlated. OLS method avoid multicollinearity. When multicollinearity arises in a model, OLS method become unstable, create large standard error and unreliable coefficient estimates. Next, limitations. One assumption of OLS method is homoscedasticity or constant variance of disturbance term, which means that variance of error term or disturbance term is constant. So homoscedasticity means that variance of error term or disturbance term is constant. This is assumption of OLS method. OLS always consider homoscedasticity or constant variance of disturbance term. It can be expressed as variance of disturbance term equal to sigma square. Sigma square means that variance of error term or disturbance term is constant. When this assumption is violated and heteroscedasticity is present, standard error may be incorrect and leading to unreliable hypothesis test. Heteroscedasticity is the opposite of homoscedasticity. Homoscedasticity means that variance of error term or disturbance term is constant, and heteroscedasticity means that variance of error term or disturbance term is not constant. When heteroscedasticity is present, standard error may be incorrect and leading to unreliable hypothesis test because this is violated homoscedasticity assumption of OLS method. Another assumption of OLS method is residuals are normally distributed. Especially for small samples, if this assumption is validated, statistical inference may be invalid. OLS always consider that residuals are normally distributed. But when residuals are not normally distributed, especially for small samples, statistical inference may be invalid. Because in this case, assumption of OLS method is violated. Our next limitation. Another assumption of OLS is no autocorrelation between disturbance term. When this assumption is violated and residuals are correlated, OLS estimates remain unbiased but are no longer efficient in time series data. Autocorrelation means that residuals are correlated, but OLS method always consider that no autocorrelation between disturbance term, and when this assumption is violated and residuals are correlated means that autocorrelation appears in a model. OLS estimates remain unbiased but are no longer efficient in time series data. Our next limitation. OLS estimates may be biased and misleading when an important explanatory or independent variables are omitted from the model. Our last limitation of OLS method. Independent variable is not correlated with error or disturbance term. When this assumption is violated, endogeneity problem arise. For this endogeneity problem, OLS estimates become biased and inconsistent because OLS method always consider that independent variable is not correlated with the error or disturbance term. But when this assumption is violated, endogeneity problem arise. Endogeneity problem means that independent variable is correlated with the error or disturbance term. And when endogeneity problem arise, OLS estimates become biased and inconsistent because in this case the assumption of OLS method is violated. Thanks for watching. Next class will discuss next topic of our course.